Hi!
Hello, and welcome to the Daily Almanac for November 13th. So, let's get started.
First day in history!
On this day in history, November 13th, 1927, the Holland Tunnel opened for traffic as the first twin-tube underwater vehicular tunnel in the United States. It joined Jersey City, New Jersey, and New York City, New York. The tunnel, which runs under the Hudson River, carries more than 34 million vehicles a year. Also, on this day in 1956, the United States Supreme Court struck down laws calling for racial segregation on public buses. The court declared that an Alabama law and a city ordinance segregating the races on buses were invalid and violated the 14th Amendment to the Constitution. The ruling grew out of a bus boycott by African Americans in Montgomery, Alabama. And on this day in 1971, Mariner 9, the first man-made object to orbit another planet, entered Martian orbit. The mission of the unmanned craft was to return photographs mapping 70% of the surface of Mars and to study the planet's thin atmosphere, clouds, hazes, together with its surface chemistry and seasonal changes. Today on Word Power, we're going to talk about making music without instruments. Now, you might ask, how can you make music without instruments? La 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 la, with your voice. When you sing without instruments, it's called singing acapella. The word acapella is Italian. It means like in the chapel. In churches, singing was done without any instruments for many, many years. Lots of choirs and singing groups today sing a cappella. Some people can make their voices sound like drums, saxophones, and even tubas. An orchestra of voices.
Ooh, extremes.
Today on Extremes, we ask, who was the first explorer to reach the North Pole? Well, there's a lot of controversy about the answer to this question. Often, William Edward Parry is credited as being the leader of the first group to make it to the North Pole on April 6, 1909.
Health tips.
No matter what you're doing and how you're traveling, safety is important. Your body is strong, but it can get hurt if you're not careful. There are 3 keys to protecting your body. Number 1, know what is safe. Number 2, know what is not safe. And number 3, choose to do what's safe. Safety rules can't help you if you ignore them or forget them. Sometimes it's appropriate and fair to limit freedom of expression when it's to protect the rights and interests of others. For example, you can't shout fire in a movie theater just to scare people when there's no fire. Someone could get hurt rushing to get out of the theater. In many cases, limits on free expression actually may protect your rights. It's reasonable, for example, to have a rule in class that requires you to raise your hand in order to speak. This rule gives everyone a chance to speak. Well, that's all the time we have left today for Daily Almanac. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you tomorrow.